So this is a movie about a young couple madly in love who also happens to be on the run from the law. In fact, they have a bit of a Bonnie and Clyde vibe going on, and they actually reminded me of, you remember that couple from the diner in Pulp Fiction? That's the kind of couple these are. And they're kind of cute together, and the chemistry between Bill Skarsgård and Micah Monroe is really good too. But these two are not professional criminals. They just decided to rob a few places, and now they're on the run. And I really don't want to give away too much here, but let's just say that they end up breaking into this house, where they find something unexpected which sets in motion a chain of events. And those events basically make up the plot of the movie, as it's almost entirely set inside that house. And because of the way things are set up here, the story could have essentially gone in any direction. I had no idea where it would go or how it would get there. Which is one of this movie's greatest assets, unpredictability. Unfortunately though, well, I don't think it really utilized that freedom as well as it could have. It ended up going with a fairly straightforward and not all that surprising plot. Although it did throw some interesting stuff into the mix, and I wouldn't call this boring by any means. There are definitely a few things in there that I did not see coming. They also at least tried to give some context and backstory to everything that's going on. And I appreciate the effort, although I can't say that was my favorite part of the movie. I did really like the characters and the performances though, and it's a fairly funny movie too. With a good amount of what I would call fairly bleak and dark humor, which made it a fun time. And overall, I would call the writing in this solid. It's not bad at all, and it did keep things entertaining enough. It's also not a poorly shot or bad looking movie. Everything on the production side of things is fine too. And overall, I don't really have any genuine complaints about this. Nothing really bothered me. Except one or two minor details in the plot that I could easily ignore. But I also don't think anything was all that amazing or particularly great either. But I will emphasize that I really did like the main couple here quite a bit. And their performances and their chemistry were probably the highlight for me. That along with the humor. They just worked so well together and gave this movie a little bit of heart too, in addition to the comedy. And in general I found this to be a perfectly enjoyable but otherwise rather unremarkable movie. One with a 90-minute runtime that more or less flew by and didn't contain a whole lot of bloat. And now I've pretty much said everything I wanted to say about this. And since I don't really have anything more in my notes either, I guess that's it. However, one question remains. Would I recommend this? Well, it's not a bad movie or a terrible way to spend 90 minutes, so I guess so. Although if you decide not to watch it, you're not missing out on a whole lot either. So maybe give it a look, or don't. After all, I'm not your dad. But hey, what are your thoughts on this? Have you seen it? Did you like it? Let me know. And if you enjoyed the video, maybe give it a thumbs up or sub to the channel, because that would be fantastic. And if you like, you can also support me on Patreon or PayPal through links in the description. And as always, I appreciate you and thanks for watching.